Okay, so this video is all about metabolism. I've genuinely talked about increasing your metabolism before in other videos in terms of like weight fluctuations and, being more active, working out, but I want to go into more specifics, real life guidelines that will help you to eat more but still stay in shape or still get closer towards your goals. Okay, so right now I'm going to tell you straight, regardless of your goal, even if it is just to lose weight and be smaller, you need to prioritize keeping as much muscle as possible. And when I'm talking about muscle, I'm talking about tightness in your body. I'm talking about definition, strength. Your muscle is what gives you that, which looks nice, obviously, but at the same time, it also helps you to speed up your metabolism. If you have less muscle, if you're losing the muscle mass, so the first thing that you don't want to do if you want to do that is do not starve. Reason being, it is unnecessary. Just plain and simple. The time, the energy, the wasted, mental capacity that you are putting into making yourself not eat, telling yourself not to eat when you are genuinely hungry, genuinely starving, is just such a waste. And it actually does make me kind of sad to think that people are doing this throughout most of their lives even, not even thinking about the fact that this is slowing down the metabolism so much. And not only that, the second reason is because it depletes your muscle. If you starve your body, you're starving the muscle. If you want your muscle or you want some muscle to stick around, it needs to have the fuel, If you're in the process of losing weight, you don't want to be like in a surplus of calories, right? But you definitely don't want to be starving yourself, and you want to have that balance. I don't want to say specific numbers because everyone is different and it depends on your size, but you want to be in a maybe 200, maybe 400 calorie deficit, and then you will still lose weight. It adds up over time. I promise you the 200, 400 calories, they add up. And then when you add exercise into the mix, it's like the perfect mix. My advice specifically is to plan what you're going to eat, Don't let yourself get hungry. You definitely keep loads of snacks with you, snacks that you're actually going to eat, right? Because if you're not going to eat them, there's no point, Healthy things that that you enjoy. If you're someone who eats a lot, you can really eat, it needs to be things that are lower in calories. If your snacks are bags and bags of nuts and you know that you can really eat bags and bags and bags of nuts, then it's probably not going to be the best thing because nuts are so high in calories. And at the same time, again, it still needs to be something that you actually want to eat, that you actually enjoy eating. For example, for me, I do like carrots and hummus. But for some reason, if my snack, my go-to snack is carrots and hummus, I will open the fridge, see the carrots, see the hummus, and then just think, nothing in the fridge, let me just go to the freezer and get my frozen pizza. In theory, yes, I like carrots and hummus, but in practicality, I don't like to eat it. I don't see it as real food, so it's not a great snack for me. Whatever snack you choose, it needs to be a good snack for you. You also want to make sure that your meals are very protein centered. And I'm not saying eat nothing but protein or eat just protein, but if your meals are very carb centered, carb heavy, or only vegetables or only fats, then you're not really getting the protein that's going to help to build that muscle. And again, the muscle is what you need to build up your metabolism. In general, I think protein-based meals also keep you more full as well. Basically, I think it's very easy to finish a day at work or something and then just think, I can't be bothered to eat a protein-based meal or make an actual meal for myself. Let me just pick up a bunch of chips on the way home. So again, plan your meals beforehand so that makes it much easier for you to actually eat what you plan to eat and what you actually really want yourself to eat and not just out of convenience. And at the same time, you can base your food around that protein. Then you can add in the vegetables and the carbs and whatever else you want to eat with that protein. Eat often and throughout the day. So for me personally, I might have a Greek yogurt in the morning, and then I might have protein pancakes. A few hours later, I might have some kofta meatballs with a bit of rice, some vegetables. So I'm eating often throughout the day because every time I eat, I'm getting that bit of protein. Even if it's a little bit in the, stir fry or a little bit here and there, you don't need loads. But eating the bits of protein throughout the day rather than just one meal is just going to be more effective in trying to build the muscle that you want. One thing people always say to me is that going to the gym or working out makes them want to eat more. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to eat more, in my opinion. If you're hungry after you work out, plan for that. Have a good, healthy meal ready afterwards. Something that you know in your mind, this is what I'm gonna eat after this workout, and I know it's healthy, I know it's gonna help me, and I know it has protein in it, I know it's gonna be a great meal for me. I'm gonna be happy after I eat that. I'm not gonna leave the gym, see the McDonald's, and go straight for that. Okay, so the next part obviously is to actually build the lean muscle. So I'm going to talk about two things today, two of the most popular things, which is weightlifting and Pilates. So which one should you do? For me, I think you should do whichever one that you enjoy the most. However, if you want to look at the most effective thing and what's going to be the best for you and your goals, I'm going to answer a few questions. So one question I get a lot is, will weightlifting make me bulky? Will lifting weights make me bulky? If you have a bad diet, if you, live a lifestyle where you're very sedentary, you do not move a lot, the only thing you do is lift weights, let's say, right? And then you expect to have results where you are smaller, that's probably not going to happen. However, it will not make you bulky if you are also active and you are also, eating right, not eating in a surplus, eating in a slight deficit. However, I do know that we all have different kinds of bodies. And if you know for a fact that you've lifted weights before, you know from your experience that lifting weights does make you look a way that you don't enjoy, then you can also do the Pilates. This is just from my experience, but Pilates will still build your muscle. But Pilates does it on a smaller and slower scale, so you might actually like those results better than the lifting weights. And now obviously I say it's on a smaller scale, but if you enjoy the Pilates more, you go to all the classes, you're really active and engaged, but the lifting weights you don't enjoy, you do it maybe once a week and then you forget, and then obviously it's not going to be faster. It might also be easier for a lot of people to do as well, because you don't necessarily need to put together a whole plan and really think about exactly what you want to do and all of that. You just go to the classes, you show up, you do the 60 minutes and that's it. I will say though, if you're watching this video and you have absolutely no muscle mass, you are very soft in the body, maybe lifting weights might be better for you because it's going to be more effective and stronger for you. And Pilates might not be the best choice for you because it might not really give you what you need. For someone like me, I build muscle pretty easily, so I can do the Pilates classes and that will be very effective for me. You also have to really watch out for your rest and sleeping. Resting is so important when it comes to metabolism. Your sleep is when you rejuvenate, recover. Your body is doing so much work when you sleep, right? And if you're not really getting that sleep, then you're not really getting that rejuvenation, recovery. You're not going to be able to have as fast of a metabolism because your body's not functioning right. And for muscle growth specifically, when you work out, you have to kind of think of it as let's say when you work out, you're tearing down the muscle almost, right? So you're pushing on it, you're tearing it down, you're adding this weight to it. And then when you go to rest, that is when the muscle is building up. That is when all of the action is really happening. So if you're not resting at all, or you're not resting well at least, then you're not going to get as much results. Really, you need to have an idea of how much sleep you need. Everyone is kind of different. You also need to think about how long it takes you to actually fall asleep once you're in bed. If you're going to bed at, midnight and you're waking up at 9 and, you want to get the 9 hours sleep then, and that's the reason why, but actually you're on the scroll and you don't go to sleep until 1 or 2 a.m., then you're not really getting the sleep that you want to get, or you think you're getting anyway. I won't go too much into my routine, but I do go to sleep at 10 p.m. and so I actually get into my bed at 8 p.m. That gives me time to schedule my day for tomorrow, to, relax, do the scroll. I have some time to chill and hang out with my boyfriend as well, and just really have that downtime and have a little me time to myself. If there's anything that I want you to take away from this video, it is that these little tweaks and these changes do add up and will make big results. Having a life where I'm eating more and moving more and not being so, particular about, my calorie intake, all of this has just really helped me to build my self-esteem as well. I hope this helps you really figure out what your next steps are going to be, So the goal isn't just, lose weight or anything like that. The goal is more, to have your body function the best it possibly can and to have the best routine that you possibly can. If you haven't already, it would be good if you watch my other video. It is about metabolism as well. It goes more into weight fluctuations and how to stop fluctuating in weight so much. If you enjoyed this video, if you watched any of my other videos and you enjoyed them as well, then consider subscribing. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.